These opinions are apparently controversial. We'll see about that. I have a website in front of me that has a big list of controversial opinions, or hot takes, we can call them. So I'm going to have a little look through, read out some interesting ones, and discuss. So the first one on here, the 5 a.m. club is a scam. The 5 a.m. club. So I'm guessing that's just the group of people that wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Yeah, I agree with that. Surely it's not really productive to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, unless you're going to bed early, unless you're sleeping enough. But I think that's rubbish, because then you have no social life. You don't see people in the evenings. I think it's a scam. Not many people can wake up at 5 a.m. and actually have a happy, productive day filled with lots of energy. So I agree. I don't really know if that's controversial. I mean, how many people actually wake up at 5 a.m.? What time do you wake up? Let me know in the comments. I wake up at 7:30, and I think that's quite a good time, because any earlier and I'd have to go to sleep earlier, and I find it quite hard to go to sleep earlier because I finish quite late in the evenings when I teach. So 7:30 is a good time for me. Meeting-free days should be mandatory, not optional. Meeting-free days, so days without meetings. As an English teacher online, that would be pretty hard. So for me, I completely disagree. I guess maybe for big corporate companies where they have lots of meetings with lots of people, and a lot of people just spend time sat there listening to stuff that's not really relevant to them or their job role. I guess in that situation it could help with not having too many meetings and having a whole day where you don't have meetings. That would help you to be more productive at work. But who knows? Who knows? Do you work at a big corporate company? Let me know in the comments. Maybe you will have a better answer. Okay, all of these are very businessy. Personal development hot takes. Okay, let's have a look at these. Reading more books doesn't make you smarter. Implementing does. Okay, yeah, so implementing, so putting things into action, actually doing things. I suppose it depends on your definition of smarter, because if you read a lot of books and then put the lessons into action, that improves your output. It improves your productivity. I wouldn't say it necessarily makes you smarter. Consuming the information, consuming new information, that's what makes you smarter. Find your passion is a terrible advice for most people. I actually agree with this. Now, people always say to follow your passion, to do what you enjoy, and it'll work out. If you work hard enough doing what you enjoy, it'll work out. But I disagree with this for a few different reasons. So often people's passions aren't necessarily what they are best at. Because I think you should follow what you're good at. You should do what you're good at, because then you will be able to turn that into a job, a career, a business where you're able to create the life that you want, whether that is not working very much and having flexible hours and being a master at what you do. But also another reason, actually, is a lot of people ruin their passion, they ruin their hobbies if they have what they like, if they do what they like, and then they do it too much. It takes the fun away. And that often happens with sports when you get too technical with it. Like, I don't know, take football, for example. A fun game. When you're younger, it's just a fun game that you play with your mates, and it's fun. But then if you do it every single day, multiple times a day, and then you're studying different tactics. It's no longer a game where you're just making different decisions. You're just following different rules and set plays that you do over and over again. And it becomes a bit more strategic rather than just playing a game because you love it. Now, I think that can happen with many different passions in life, including ones related to work and business. So, yeah, I agree with this. I think find your passion is terrible advice for most people. Not everyone, most people. What do you think about that one? Should everybody follow their passion or not? Let me know in the comments.